Hey, it's Paul here at Music Villa in downtown Bozeman, Montana. It's a very special day. I'm here with my friend Tim Miklaucic, and we are going to discuss, Tim, of course, owner Cordoba Guitars and Guild. And we're just going to chat a little bit and kind of hear a little bit of the story of Cordoba and Guild Guitars. And welcome. I really appreciate you coming out. We're having a great event this weekend, and we're happy to have you. And we'll talk guitars, and I would imagine we might talk wine.
We might talk wine.
Yes, we talked wine last night for a little while. It was great.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
So, welcome. Tell us a little bit about the company. What's what's happening right now with Cordoba and Guild? It seems like an exciting time.
It is an exciting time. Well, it's started as a company about nylon string guitars, classical guitars. I think I told you last night that I started as a business in college, buying and selling guitars.
Yep.
And Cordoba became a nylon string brand for a few categories: nylon string guitars, classical guitars, flamenco guitars, fusion guitars, and later ukuleles.
Yep.
About 4 years ago, we had this unique opportunity to buy Guild guitars.
Yep.
Totally unexpected, unplanned.
Yeah.
So now Cordoba's in the business, Cordoba Music Group, of selling all category of guitars. So now we've got electric guitars, steel string guitars, jazz guitars,
Yeah.
classical and flamenco, and ukuleles.
It's really cool to see, and Guild is such a iconic name too, and we've always been such a big acoustic steel string store here, and in the last couple of years, we took on the Cordoba line, and it's been amazing. And I like how you guys call it a nylon string guitar company, because a lot of people think only classical guitars, but there's so much more to a nylon string guitar.
Right.
And since we took on the line, it's just been incredible, and the ukuleles are just off the charts right now. So we're really excited to see Guild. How is the Guild line? What's happened since the purchase of Guild?
Well, a lot has happened. Just about
Yeah.
everything. Yes, we bought the brand with a bunch of inventory from Fender. We bought a factory in New Hartford.
Uh-huh.
We brought all the equipment from New Hartford to Oxnard, California.
Okay.
And we set up a factory with a guy named Ren Ferguson,
Yeah.
who comes from Gibson.
Yeah, we know Ren.
You know him
Yes.
from
Oh,
up
yeah.
here. He lives in
Betcha.
Bozeman. He did a wonderful job and set up that factory to build a lightweight, super resonant steel string guitar that kind of reminds me of a great classical.
Yeah.
It seems strange to say that, but the weight of the guitar, the response, the bass response out of the instruments are just amazing. So a lot of what's happening at Guild is happening in Oxnard, California.
Okay, great. It's neat to see. We've with Guild being brought around a little bit, or changing hands, we've kind of waited, and we just got some guitars in, and it's going to be an exciting line.
How do you like them?
We're really excited about them. I think our customers are enjoying it, and it's just it's great to see it. It's one of those lines that people always ask about. It's just it's a classic mod. I mean, people always ask about it. So
one of the reasons I bought it is because it's a lovable brand.
yeah,
It's not just great guitars and a lot of history and
yeah,
lots of twists and turns in the story, but the brand is lovable. It's
Yeah.
sort of the underdog, the
Yeah.
Rocky or something.
yeah. It is.
You always wanted to succeed, and they were always beautiful. They were
Yeah.
always great guitars.
Yeah,
I saw them on TV growing up, and I saw them on stage,
Yeah.
and I saw them at Woodstock,
Yeah.
at least in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not that
Yeah.
old. With Richie Havens and some really iconic performances
Yeah.
and players. So the chance to buy the brand and then rebuild those guitars better than ever,
Yeah.
that was the goal, and I think we did it.
I think you did too. We're excited to have them. So a lot of the Cordoba, you started out as a guitar player as a young child, and you were living in Spain, right?
Mhm.
And so
Well, I was living in France,
Okay.
and we were spending summers. I spent summers in France, and I would go to Spain because I love guitar.
Yeah.
And I would go sort of touristically to look at guitar shops, look at makers. And by the time I was 18, I was buying guitars in Spain, bringing them back to the U.S. and selling them to my college
Gotcha.
colleagues. So that's how
Gotcha.
I paid for college.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you didn't do that with wine?
Didn't do that with wine. I drank
Okay.
a lot of wine and left it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you left it there. That's good. We enjoyed some wine last night, and I love talking to you because we have great talks about guitars, and it always tends to turn towards wine. But you have a great knowledge of wine, and I appreciate that. It's such a fun hobby. And,
Yeah, it was. I got very lucky. My parents were wine enthusiasts and drank in California, here and there. But they sent me to Paris in the summers, and my uncle was a wine collector.
Excellent.
And an art collector, a little bit like you.
Yeah, there you go.
And he just loved his wine and his art and his chocolate.
Yeah.
So those were our evenings. I used to go there in the summer, play guitar, practice guitar. I was also a cyclist in those days, so I'd cycle around France and drink wine in various regions and try them out. Discovered that drinking wine and riding a bike is not a great, not a great plan.
But you can play guitar and drink wine, though.
You can play guitar and drink wine. It gets a little worse, but biking, that's much worse.
Yes.
So but I learned a lot about wine from him, and he encouraged me to try Burgundy and Bordeaux and the Rhone Valley and the Chablis and so forth. So I really got a good wine education, and then 5 years ago, my wife and I bought a vineyard, planted a vineyard, and so now we're in the business of making Tempranillo wine.
I am looking forward to
sharing a bottle with you.
That'd be great.
After this weekend, I feel that's a must.
Yes. Well, we will have many to share, and well, it's great. It's great to have you here. Anything we're missing? Anything else about the company, or anything that's projected for the future? Anything coming up?
We've got a lot of things actually coming up. Some things that I've been working on for a long time, but that are finally coming to. We realize we're finally there.
Yeah.
We've been working on the perfect size for a mini guitar. We had a mini guitar we introduced a couple years ago, and now we've got what we call a Mini 2, which is the size. It's a little bit larger, a couple inches larger, but it's able to tune in E. Play it like a regular guitar.
Yeah.
Doesn't take any special practice. Small enough to transport anywhere on any plane. It's got a big acoustic sound.
Yeah.
You'll see it at the Nashville show. We'll have it out there.
That's good. I can see that being a very needed thing. We have a client for that for sure.
Yeah. I'm the client for that too. I want a guitar that sounds like a guitar, that's resonant. The box is rewarding. That you get that kind of sound you're looking for. That you don't have to learn to play. Because it's so small. But you can carry it anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's one new project.
That's great. And the Coco project too was so cool. I just watched the movie. I'm late to the movie, but I just watched it with my kids. Fabulous movie. Anytime you can inspire young kids to play guitar again, especially these days, is wonderful. So I watched that movie, got a little choked up. It was a extremely good movie, and we have those guitars too here, the collection of those, and what a great thing. Was that awesome to do?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a interesting call. A call from Disney saying, the president of the company at Pixar asked us to call you. We'd like you to participate. We'd like you to partner with us. We'd like you to be what they called a Halo partner. He said, we're a Halo partner for Pixar?
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yes.
We'll be a Halo partner.
Heck yeah.
Actually, I said, let's see the movie.
Yeah.
Because what if it's weird?
Right.
What if we don't like the story?
Yeah.
And so they invited us to see a really early version of it, a storyboard version.
Yeah.
Meaning they're just drawings.
Yeah.
And then there's this, the kind of the filler music, and then there's the dialogue. And I went to see it with my staff, my wife, and we loved it. Absolutely loved the film. So we said, we're in.
Yeah.
And then we saw a couple of other versions of it, better and better. And they asked us to make a perfect replica of the guitar, one of the guitars in the movie.
Yep.
There were actually several. But we made a perfect replica of the most fancy one, and we agreed to make 20 of those in our workshop. And then we made a more affordable, mass market product that is really quite good. And it turns out that body size, that shape, the Coco Mini, for supporting the movie, is the shape of the Mini 2.
Yeah.
That's the size.
Good. That is
it's just the right size, I
That's
think.
a great guitar. Yep.
So that was a big project for us last year. A huge thing to be part of the the Disney launch of a movie, and it was very, very lovely story about a Mexican family and a boy.
Cool. It's really cool. I hope a new
very
generation
proud of
starts
that.
playing guitar. And thank you so much. We like I said, it's been a great successful line for us here at Music Villa. We're excited to have Guild, and it's just great talking to you and hanging out with you, and just appreciate you coming down. And
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
everybody. Thanks for watching.